Hello, everyone. How are you? Hope everybody is doing well. Here we are in the new secular calendar year. It is Monday, January 6th, and I am absolutely delighted to get to spend this time with you as we move into a chance to be peaceful and still together to draw our attention, our focus, our energies inward, check in with ourselves, and just be present in our own lives in a way that the busyness that often occupies us makes it really hard to do. So that is what we're going to do. Um, as always, I want to encourage you, as I'm trying to take a minute to do now, to get yourself really comfortable and settled in your seat. Um, Everybody's body is a little different. Each time we get together, we're not exactly in the same place as we were before. Each day is a new day. And with that in mind, um, check in with how your body is feeling right now and notice how you feel sitting in your seat, however it is that you're seated, whatever kind of chair or cushion, whatever that is. Um, and give yourself the time to adjust your position in your chair such that you can feel as comfortable as possible. And when you feel, or as you feel that you've begun to get into that kind of a position, I'm going to just invite you, if you're comfortable doing so, to just let your eyes just softly and gently close. As we begin to enter into this time of Kavanah, this time of heightened awareness, Kavanah being, as one Jewish teacher puts it, Kavanah is the intention to pay more attention. See what it's like to just take note of and honor the effort that it has taken for you to fulfill your intention of being part of this experience, part of this time together. In a world such as ours that is so focused on busyness and on equating an evaluation of what is worthwhile, an estimation of what it is to be productive, in a world and in a culture that understands the value of a given stretch of time as how many things that I check off my to-do list. It is quite literally countercultural. One might even say it's a bit subversive to take time to be free from that value system, to take time to let go of that way of looking at the world that says I have to be actively checking things off my list all the time. And to enter into another way of being, something that we might identify as a Shabbat, a Shabbos mode. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, one of the great Jewish thinkers and teachers of the 20th century, great social justice advocate as well. Heschel, in speaking of Shabbat, said that there is a realm of time in which the goal is not to do, but to be. And that can be our kavanah, our intention for this brief time that we spend together, to see what it's like to simply find beauty and value in our being as opposed to our doing selves. One of the most beautiful expressions of this, I think, is in a blessing that is part of the morning liturgy, the prayers in the Siddur, in the prayer book. It's a blessing that begins with the words Elohai, Nishama, Shenatata Bi, Tehora Hi. Elohai, my God, Nishama Shenatata Bi, the soul, the spirit, the breath. Nishama, meaning soul, is very close, is related to the Hebrew word nishima, which means breath. My God, the soul, the breath, the life, shenatata bi, which you have placed within me, tahorahi, it is pure. What a glorious thing to affirm every morning. That my body, my life, is a manifestation of this pure life force, this pure and uncorruptible life energy. That I have come into this world, and that this pure energy, this neshama, sometimes the tradition uses the word chiyut, this aliveness, flows through me. And that the purity and beauty of this aliveness has nothing to do with a to-do list or any identifiable accomplishment. It is in my very being, my very existence, as a creature made B'Tselem Elohim, as the Torah says, in the divine image. What a gorgeous and uplifting and essential insight. Elohai, my God, Neshama Shenatata Bi, the soul which you have placed within me, Tahorahi. It is pure. What is it like to just sit with that truth? And to take note of the purity and beauty of your own neshama, your own soul, your own life energy. And to move that slight small step from a recognition of this purity that runs through you, to take the small step that goes from there to gratitude. It is miraculous and stunning to be here in this world, alive this day, in this moment. And this is what we mean also in the morning prayers. When we say or sing, Modeh ani lefanecha, I am grateful before you, Melech Chai v'Kayam, living source, Shehechazarta bi nishmati, that you have returned nishmati. Again, there's that word neshama. You have returned my soul. Bechemla, in mercy. Rabba emunatecha. What an manifestation of your faithfulness that my life has been returned to me this day. How miraculous, how beautiful. And what a gift it is to be aware of the purity of my own neshama, my own life energy, my own soul. So, as we have mentioned, the word nishima, breath, is a variant of the word neshama, which we take to mean soul. And so we're going to gently shift our focus to the fact that we are breathing, noticing how that feels. Following the next in-breath as the lungs fill and the chest, the torso expand to make room for the breath, and then as the lungs empty, as they deflate, noticing those movements in the body and the sensation of the breath flowing out through your mouth or nose. In breath to fullness, and then out breath. And we'll spend a minute or two with this flow of nishima, this flow of breath. And when you realize that your mind has wandered away from the intention of just noticing and following your breath, being interested in your breathing, without any criticism at all, just come back to following your breath. So we're going to do a little singing together. This is something that is new for us. Um, there is a revered Hasidic rabbi teacher who lived in, I believe, the 1700s in the Ukraine. He is generally known as Rabbi Menachem of Chernobyl. It's actually where he was from. And story goes that he was contemplating what we have been sitting with this afternoon. He was contemplating his own chiyut, his own aliveness. And he asked himself questions. He said, who is this aliveness that I am? And how is this aliveness that I am? And what is this aliveness that I am? And then he responded, Halo Habore Yitbarach in Hebrew, which means, is this not the blessed creator? Is this not the holy blessed one? And so there are Hebrew words for this, but we can also sing it in English. And the first part goes like this, has a little nigun part too. It goes, I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. And we sing that 3 times. So let's try that together. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I'm alive. So that's the first part. Second part, again, singing the English version, goes like this. And who is this aliveness I am? And how is this aliveness I am? And what is this aliveness I am? Is it not the holy blessed one? It's the whole thing. So we'll sing it through a couple of times and we'll return to it in weeks to come so we can fully learn it, internalize it, but we'll sing it a couple of times now. Let's give it a try. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I'm alive. And what is this aliveness I am? And who is this aliveness I am? And how is this aliveness I am? Is it not the holy blessed one? Back to the beginning. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I'm alive. And what is this aliveness I am? And who is this aliveness I am? And how is this aliveness I am? Is it not the holy blessed one? Last time. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I diddy die diddy die die die, I am alive. I'm alive. All right. Please take your time. And when you are ready, you can let your eyes open. So we have just a minute, less than a minute, before we need to draw this to a close. I'll just say, in terms of the Torah reading this week, it is called Vayechi, which means he lived, referring first to the patriarch Jacob and when he passed, and then ultimately leading to the passing of Joseph and his brothers, that whole generation. And because it is the final Torah reading in the book of Genesis, we move into Exodus next week. Because of that, there is this lovely phrase that we say at the end of the reading of the Torah on a Shabbat morning. When we get to the end of a book of the Torah, the person reading the Torah uh, stops at the end and looks at the congregation and chants the words Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek, which means, and the congregation chants back, I should say, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek, which means strong, strong, may we strengthen each other. Yes, we say we have made it through the reading of another book of Torah, and we give each other strength, and we draw strength from Torah, and it's a beautiful custom. Uh, and yeah, we'll get to do it actually. We have a bat mitzvah student. Her name is Becca, and she will be coming up in March, and she will get to lead us in that little phrase, may we strengthen each other, because she will be reading the final verses from the book of Exodus, the book that we enter into next week. So the wheel turns, the clock moves, and we move our way through Torah. All right, everybody, thanks for coming. Whether you're here in real time or you're going to access this later on, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to do this and to strengthen my practice as well. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good rest of the week. See you on Shabbat. Bye-bye.